All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? What is good? All right, we should have a strong connection, man. Unlike me and my exes. Oh, that kind of set itself up. But yeah, what's good, everyone? The internet should be good, man. We should be good to go. Can we get a sound check? Oh, there's the chat. Okay. Chat wasn't coming up for a second. I was about to get worried, but it's here now. Okay. Cool. What's good? Naruto, Alex C, Zocjo, Willow, G, Hadar, Lucas, what up? Capitalist, Nikki, Jeff, Big James, Hermita, Nicole, Felix, Leon, Lee Bright, what up, man? Crispy like bacon. Yeah, I like that news clip too. From that reporter who was crying or like laughing about crispy bacon. Too funny. Too funny. But yeah, what's good, everyone? Did you guys have a good weekend or what? What did y'all do this weekend? What did y'all do this weekend? What did I do? I got some books in today. I got some in yesterday. I can't remember what I did Friday. Nikki went to the beach. Who else did something this weekend? What did you do, chat? Red light snow removal and chilled. I feel like there's a pun in there somewhere. Played some golf in red, enjoyed the rain. It's actually raining right now in Houston. Well, it's very on and off, I guess. Lucas says reading like hell as always. See, that's what I like to hear right there. That's what I like to see. We're gonna pin that today. That'll be our pinned message for today, or at least for right now. John C. Unpacked tried to get a job. Ooh, yeah, moving sucks, bro. I hate moving. I mean, as a stoic, you're not supposed to like really hate anything, but oh my heavens, dude. Moving is a biatch. It's dreadful. It's absolutely dreadful. Hadar, been in the tax office every day, no days off. Oh man, I don't know what's worse, taxes or unpacking, or a trade running to your stop loss immediately. I don't know what's worse. I don't know. They're all pretty not fun. What's good, Kevin? Passed the 300K challenge. Oh, nice. Was this a challenge or a combine? Was this a 300K challenge or a combine? What was this? 6-figure funded. How does that feel? Not that we're doing an interview right now. Unpacking taxes. Alex, don't make me throw up right now, dude. Don't make me sick. For me to finish your book. Oh, finish my book yesterday. Nice. Did you like it? Did you like my book, man? I'm not gonna say it's dated, but it is a few years old. Shit. My cable guy is supposed to be here between 12 and 4, and somebody is calling me right now. You know, the only time, right, that somebody shows up on time is right when you don't want them to show up on time. You gotta love that. It is the cable guy. How do you show up right on time in a 4-hour window, bro? Who does that? Nobody ever does that. They always show up like 2-3 hours in. But because I'm streaming at 12, now you're going to show up on time. You people make me sick. These companies make me sick. But anyways, for me, I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed my book, man. Tax is definitely worse dealing with people that want money and thinking you're the one that pays them. Yeah. Okay, Kevin, you probably passed the challenge then. If it's not a combine. That's all I need to know. Had some steaks with friends and went to the wellness hotel with my family, enjoying my first big payout. See, I like that too. Enjoying the first big payout. Congratulations, my friend. Do we have that? Well, we have a celebration emoji. Drop the celebration emoji. I think it might be the birthday one. It's called birthday, but it's really a celebration. Drop the celebration emoji for payouts, for passing challenges, for reading. Celebrate each other, man. Celebrate each other this afternoon. That's what a community should do. Right? We're here for each other. We're here for each other to help support each other as well. Know what I'm saying? We got the good vibes going on. Good morning, Shay. What's good, Sean? And Vadu. I like reading because it's essential. Oh, yeah. See, y'all are... These are the kind of answers I need every day from you guys. Every day, every stream. I don't know what happened over the weekend, but you guys are on it today. Unlike the Dow Jones, who continuously trades lower and lower and lower. You guys are like Nasdaq right now. You know what I mean? I like that. We got 40 people on here. See, I knew it'd be a good day today, despite me being a little bit tired. But as Marcus said, just that you do the right thing. Tired or well rested, honored or despised, even dying or busy with other assignments. Ooh. My tax guy texted me. Well, I'll get back to him. You mainly trade when the index ETFs have just sold off from a liquidity pool, example, equal highs or lows, and therefore the indices follow suit like today's example. No. So what I'm looking for is something that's high probability. Okay, so I'm looking for the market to trade to equal highs, equal lows, low resistant highs, low resistant lows. That's what I want to see. Once we have that, for me, looking for a reversal isn't always going to be high probability. Okay, so just because we met liquidity, it doesn't guarantee a continuation and it definitely doesn't guarantee a reversal. So if we have a setup for an attack on liquidity, that is what I want. That's what I want to look for. I don't really think we have that today. I don't think we have that. We've been in a very small range on the S&P for a while. I mean, today's range really isn't even all that much. 15 points, at least from the low. If we don't include London. Our stock exchange open is here, right? So that means that's our equities low. This is our equities high, 13 points, right? So we don't have anything that I would deem high probability at this moment. Now, could we go down to a 1 minute, look across the 3 indices, maybe find something, I guess, but the more you try to force something, the higher likelihood you're going to take a loss. And then you kind of did it to yourself. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to impose anxiety on yourself, and you definitely don't want to impose your will in the marketplace. Okay? I actually made some content yesterday about that. And I gave my answer to someone on Twitter who asked about anxiety. So I gave them a very quick, I don't even know if they read it or not, but I quoted them and then gave them my answer. So, but I do think anxiety is a good topic to talk about. Maybe not today, but soon. We'll probably do that. I did not long Nasdaq this morning because the stop was too large. Yeah, I get that. We had a bullish divergence inside an imbalance on the 1 hour. ES gave an entry on the inverted imbalance, but the RR was not efficient, says Lee Bright. Well, that sounds like a lot of shit, to be honest. But I definitely feel you on that. Well, one thing about ES too is I believe these are equal down here at 52.33. I'm pretty sure. 5233. 5233. Yeah. So lows from Wednesday, Tuesday/Wednesday are pretty identical. So I would be a little bit hesitant to short because of that reason. I mean, excuse me, I would be hesitant to long for that reason. I would rather look for shorts if we're going to run down here. The other side of that is we're at all-time highs, and we've been on a nasty, disgusting run since November, actually end of October. So we've had our down days, of course, and probably a down week or two, but we've consistently traded higher over and over and over and over again. So you're basically fighting the trend to look for shorts. And if we're trying to long with lows down here, you know, that's not ideal. Oh, it's heavily raining right now too. So I don't know if the cable guy is going to end up, I don't know what he's going to do. I have no idea, bro. Oh, I lied. That wasn't the cable guy who called me. That was somebody else. Never mind. Here I was talking trash. And it wasn't even them. That's embarrassing. That's okay. That's okay. ETF took lows today. That's what I meant in my question. Oh, I haven't even looked at ETFs today, bro. To be honest with you, I haven't. So you're talking about these from Friday? I mean, yeah, I could see that's kind of a mitigation here as well at 9 on the ETF side at least. But that's my question is, what is the high probability target? Is it Friday's close? Is it Friday's high? Or is it even last week's high? I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? That was a 9. That was right at 9. Right at the opening of that hour on the triple Qs, which puts that right there. Right there. I don't even know what it took though. On this side at least. That looks horrible. I guess if we took that low, because that's the low prior to this upswing here, that technically is a discount. $18,477 is basically the 50% of that, the fair value level, if you will. So yeah, look at that 8 o'clock hour as well, that candle. But yeah, there's your Friday low. So I mean, buying below old lows, sure. But again, back to my original point, what's the target here? You know what I mean? Like what is the target? I guess I think that's probably London's high here. So I mean, I guess I could see that, but in hindsight, great entry, and it definitely rallied, but it's done nothing for a couple of hours, and I would want to see expansion soon, because the longer I'm in a trade that's not going my way, usually that means I'm probably wrong. So if today is bullish, okay, if we're bullish on the day, there's a likelihood we're probably going to run stops before we trade up here. That is lunch. Lunch is low, and then this is just a morning session low. Not the low of the morning, but just a morning session low. So I could probably see a run on that and then higher, but that's just London's high. That's just a session high. You know, that by itself isn't bad, but am I going to put money on that? I don't think so. For me personally. Man, I'm tired. If a new higher low is 1-to-1 RR, is it enough for you to take one partial and stop loss to BE? What? If a new higher low is 1-to-1 RR, is it enough for you to take one partial and stop loss to break even? You mean like if you have a 1-to-3 but a new high is at a 1-to-1? Is that what you mean? Like, let's say you were targeting this and you were able to frame a 1-to-3. Just something like this. Okay. And you're saying, would you partial at a 1-to-1? Like that? Like a partial here? Is that what you're asking me? Is that the question? Lee Bright, the stop is too large? Well, you know what? I can tell you exactly what I would have done. Just based off the 5 minute alone, I would have had an order here at the imbalance, and then I never would have got filled. So that that's probably what would have happened. Just looking at the 5 minute though. If it's 1-to-1, just go break even, in my opinion. Oh, Nikki, you're in this trade? Oh, nice. Yeah, well, don't let me influence your decision making here, but I think if it was me, 570, maybe 580, I think I would look to let the majority of that go if I was in on that. So look at that. We got almost 60 people on here, man. Must be that thumbnail. I get more viewers with the Illuminati thumbnail than I do the other ones. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't know, chat. We'll figure it out. If you guys got some value so far, drop a like for me. Drop a like for me. I would appreciate that. It's totally free for you to do that. Let me see. Because the NQ ETF took the lows today, I went long in the NQ after the reversal. Nice. The long confirmation in futures for me was that the NQ ETF took the lows. Was that a good line of thought? No, Lucas, I agree. I agree. I mean, it worked, obviously, right? It worked. So that does remind me that I do tell you guys that I look at those 7 things. I mean, I haven't traded today. That's why I said earlier, like, I haven't looked at it. I haven't traded today. But that's one thing. Like, if you're new to my live streams and this is like your first or your second or third time here, that's one thing I look at when I look to trade either the ETFs or the index futures. I want to look at 7 things. Nasdaq futures and the corresponding ETF QQQ. ES, the S&P 500 futures, and then SPY, the S&P ETF. That's 4, right? Both Nasdaq, both S&P, and then the Dow Jones futures and the Dow Jones ETF. That's 6, and then dollar index being number 7. If we do get intermarket analysis, like that intermarket inverse correlation, it won't always be that way, but it does add a level of confluence / confidence if we have an upside objective for futures or ETFs and a potential downside for the dollar. All right. But to me, that doesn't always happen because they're not that highly inversely correlated. You'll see dollar rally and the indices rally at the same time, or they'll both trade down together. Like it's an on and off relationship, which I'm sure you all know about because we're all old enough, right? On and off relationships. It happens in the markets too. Okay. So that's that. Yeah, stop loss was below the low that took liquidity. I would agree at this low or even at the bottom of the down candle as well. So maybe like 30, 40 points at the most I could see for Nasdaq. So was good, Dalvin. Oh, yeah, G. If a new high has been made, yes. For your 1-to-1 question, yeah. But I don't think I would have partialed at a 1-to-1 here. I don't think so. Actually, you might be right. You might be right, only because of a potential imbalance here, which actually has been inverted. But this is, I'm just looking at hindsight, obviously, but that 1-to-1 almost puts you inside this imbalance. Oh my God. So maybe like a little over that. Yeah, that could have been a nice partial. But that's because of an imbalance, not because of a new high. At least on the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we don't see a new high until up here, which is London's high. Okay. But yeah, seeing this take off like that, yeah, I probably would have went break even after that second candle, to be honest. When the market's screaming your direction, oh yeah, I would immediately go break even after like 10 minutes. I'd trade that way. Sometimes it does bite me in the ass, chat. I won't lie to you. But sometimes it saves me as well. So I like decreasing risk as soon as I can. How much capital do you need to start a futures account? I think the margins just changed recently as well. So I don't know off the top of my head, but I would not trade E-minis with anything less than probably like 15,000. Micros, you can probably get away 2-3 grand, but minimum. And if I had only 2, 3, 4 grand to trade with, I wouldn't trade probably more than 1 or 2 contracts at a time. But that excludes adding to a position or pyramiding. Say going long one and then longing another one, like that's a different conversation. But yeah, futures is not for, in my opinion, futures is not for beginner traders. It's not. It'll rip you a new one. You know, S&P is ES is $50 a point. So you could have a 10-point stop, which is typically my max, right? That's a $500 stop. So most people can't just throw $500 at each trade. Most people, some of you probably can. Some of you probably don't want to. And trust me, when you take a $500 loss, $1,000 loss, $2,000 or more loss your first time, that shit sucks. Seriously, it blows, man. You're like, oh my God, I just lost $2,000, man. $2,500. Fuck. Yeah, it's not fun. But it's part of the game, dude. You can't scale up, right? If you're scaling up, if your wins are getting bigger, then your losses are going to get bigger too, my friend. And it hurts, but you got to figure it out. Okay? That's something I definitely have struggled with over the years. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. But hopefully that answers your question. But you'll find more on the website, cmegroup.com. So did I understand correctly that the ETFs have a big influence on your trade idea? Not always, but it's usually a good idea to cycle through and make sure that you don't do some goober shit where you're looking at the ETFs and you're going, oh yeah, well look at this gap, man. We're gonna trade into that. Let me try and long to get that gap fill. And then you go over to the futures side and London left equal lows. And so your trade runs straight to your stop loss because you tried to long with equal lows because you were looking at the ETFs gap versus, finding out that the futures had a pool of liquidity down there. So you became the liquidity. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you're not missing something. That's the whole point, Lucas. You don't want to take a trade, take a loss, and go, well, shit, what did I miss? And then you go over to the ETFs or the future side, and you go, oh my God, all I had to do was click on it. All I had to do was click over here to SPY, and I would have saw that there was this thing over here, but you missed it because you didn't click on it. You know what I mean? So that's the point. So you don't become a goober on accident. I had a loss in November that made me think of the meme of Pablo Escobar sitting on the bench. I was stunned for like 2 weeks. Yeah, man, it sucks. Makes you rethink trading in general, dude. Like, if you've never contemplated quitting trading, are you really even a trader, dude? That's what I'm saying. But the wins are fun. They are, Alex. The wins are fun. But it's hard to have wins without losses. I think Meek Mill made a song about that. That's my average max, $500, but most of the time the market gives time to exit. As you used to say, statistics show my average loss is 350, but my initial risk is always 500. I reduced risk. Yeah, that's my point, Libre. And that's a good thing, right? Where you go, okay, I'm willing to put $500 on this trade or that trade or whatever. But then you look at your stats and you go, well, I only average a $350 loss. That's good. In my opinion, that's good. That's a good thing. Versus my average is, or my max risk is 500, but I constantly lose 500. That would be questionable to me, because that means you're taking full losses. And if you take 20 trades and you took a full loss on all 20 trades, I think you're doing something very wrong. Out of 20 trades, I probably take a full loss on maybe 2 or 3. Like, if I just get it wrong and it sprints to my stop loss, like, yeah, you definitely did something wrong there. But, you know, or you just got the analysis completely wrong, which that'll happen sometimes too. No, Lucas, I don't think so. I still think of that loss, especially when I notice there's no trade or I missed an entry, and trading on emotion rather than clarity. I'm like, no, remember November. Yeah, exactly. You can typically tell and can jump out if you're in the wrong. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But listen, chat, who's saying these things? Think about that. You got Lee Bright in the chat. He's been trading for how long? A minute. Has his own community. I know Nikki's been a student for what, 2-3 years now? You guys you have this experience now. You know exactly what I'm talking about. About, you know, being able to exit a trade early when you're wrong. You know what being on the wrong side of the market looks like, because you've been there and you have experience now. And that's what I wish new traders or younger traders would understand. You think you're gonna learn to be profitable in 6 months? The Statue of David took over 3 years. Right? Michelangelo, I think it was. The Statue of David, it took over 3 years to complete that. He's just chiseling away for over 3 years. And a lot of you guys want to be profitable in your first 6 months or your first year. Come on, dude. What is that? What is that? What do you think about scaling up positions? Like, if you are in a position, go break even on that and open another one. So Felix, oh, we got 60. So with Felix, with your question, that's a very good question. Let me clip that. Where'd that go? So Felix asked, what do you think about scaling up positions? Like, if you are in a position, go break even on that and open another one. So there's 2 different answers to that, because let's say we're at a 1 to 3 RR on this trade. Okay. So right now it's probably like at a 1 to 2 at the moment, roughly. So with the price here being way closer to the TP than the entry, I would definitely by far have my stop at break even, probably plus like 5 or 10 on Nasdaq, something like that. I'd go, okay, cool. I'm going to have that little buffer in case I get slipped or whatever. And I want to reduce risk. Okay, cool. But now let's say you go in here on a 1 minute or 5 minute time frame and you go, hey, you know what? Order flow is bullish. There's something that you want to enter on, and you go, okay, well, you know, I'm in down here at 1%. That's a break even. I'm up 2%. Okay, cool. I'll long this with a 1% risk, and then that TP will also be up here. Like that to me is pyramiding, where you have a position down here, and then you're adding to that position later on, hopefully to continue to go higher. That's fine. But that's different from saying, hey, you know what? I am long on the Nasdaq, but I see, I don't know, the euro, and I want to short the dollar, long the euro. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's say you think this is a mitigation or something. You go, okay, well, I'm break even on that, so I'll add a 1% position here to go lower. That I think is fine too. So it depends. Like if you're talking about adding a position on the same asset you're already trading, yeah, sure. Or if you just want to say, hey, you know what? I'm watching this market. I'm going to let that go. But I think there's an opportunity in this other market, gold, whatever, you know, having that break even or even that stop in profit reduces that risk, and it frees up risk to trade somewhere else. But like I said, I think last week or the week before, I usually don't do that. I've done it, but I usually try not to have two different positions going. Stocks is a different story. That can run for months, for years actually. So that's different. But when it comes to day trading or maybe swing trading during the week, yeah, I typically try not to trade more than one, but I have done 2 or even 3 positions before, but I usually don't. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. We got to put out more content, chat. Well, I got to put out more content, dude. So I'm about to start clipping a lot of these questions you guys are asking, if you guys don't mind. Yeah, Nikki started in 2019. Yeah, so you've been, what, 3 years and some change already? Or roughly around that? That's my point. That's almost 1,000 days. How do you increase the speed of your learning process? Do you try things out more quickly to figure it out more quickly? That's a great question. And honestly, I think Lucas is probably one of the greatest question askers that I've ever come across. What you ought to do, man, is you should be a reporter, bro. You should be like a sports reporter and go ask these athletes about, you know, whatever. For real. Because Lucas has always asked like phenomenal questions. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if you have like a team working, putting something together, or if you chat GPT or what, but you got some phenomenal questions, my friend. So as we watch the Nasdaq potentially trade above London's high, I don't see why we wouldn't, but I would have much rather seen stops ran before we did that, but that's okay. I don't make the rules. I do not make the rules, my friend. But okay. Let's talk about it. Or let me clip it. So Lucas asked, how do you increase the speed of your learning process? Do you try things out more quickly to figure it out more quickly? So, in my opinion, I think it depends on what we're talking about. Some things cannot be sped up. Some things can, but only to a certain degree. So, learning how to trade, I think, is something that can be, I think the learning process can be sped up a little bit, only a little bit. Like the learning curve, I think, can be shortened, but only by a very small amount. Because in trading, I do believe that experience is the best teacher. I mean, you got teachers all over YouTube. You got people like me. You got thousands of other streamers that can show you things, tell you things, give you their opinion, whatever. But you're going to learn more from your own trading, right? The market is going to teach you more than anybody else ever will. So because you need that experience, you need that time. And there's no way around that. Now, you can shorten that curve, again, my opinion, by reading books. I got a few actually that I'm going to show you here in just a minute. But you have, let's say, Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. You have The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. And you have, well, you have my book, obviously, Advanced Technical Analysis, right? A guide to high probability trading by aligning with smart money. You know, that again can help shorten the curve, but only to a degree. So I would tell you, Lucas, not to focus on speed, but to focus on comprehension. It's just like reading. You don't want to read a book fast. You want to read a book to gain the information or to reflect on the story if you're reading a novel, for example. So don't read for speed, read for comprehension. When you learn, don't learn for speed, learn or, go through that to actually gain the insight. And by doing that, you'll actually speed up the process faster. Does that make sense? So you'll get faster by actually not focusing on speed. And that's going to make a wonderful clip as well, I think. So, great question. I switched to futures in October. I trade E-mini instead of micros. I lost 2,500 instead of 250. I can't forget that day. Oh, shit, dude. Yeah, Lieb, right? Now you have, you've been indoctrinated, my friend. Welcome. You're a real futures trader now. If you've never accidentally traded one over the other, I don't think you're a real trader. The first time you lose 1,000, 2, maybe 5,000, oh my God, it sucks. But that's your indoctrination, man. That's the ritual for becoming a trader. You got to get your ass handed to you. No other way around it. Zoc Joe says, they always say to me it's a scam if I'm not profitable within 6 months. Ooh. But to go to university for 5 years for literally no money is fine. They get paid $1,500 a month after graduating. I don't know what to even think about that, to be honest. If you're not profitable within 6 months, it's a scam. Well, hey, like I said, Statue of David took 3.5 years. You should look up how long it took to build some of these buildings in the world, to put together the Statue of Liberty or the Eiffel Tower, and things like that. To become phenomenal, it's going to take a long time. So we do live in a world that, there's information, there's overnight success stories, sure, but you got to realize, dude, some of these people are outliers, meaning they're 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 1,000,000 type people that can't be duplicated. It just can't. Not to the scale that they'll promise you. Oh, I'm a 6-figure trader. I'll teach you how to become a 6-figure trader. I mean, they can, but that's not guaranteed, right? because nobody can guarantee that. So it's just, you just gotta take what people say with a grain of salt, man. Even things that I tell you. If you don't agree, or if you think something is wrong, that's okay. You're allowed to say, John, I disagree. Or John, I think you're wrong because of XYZ. This chat is open. It's only for members right now because, I want to have that added benefit. But look, I'll open the chat to everybody right now. The chat is open to all subscribers. All you got to do is subscribe for 1 minute and you can write your message. It's open. Not that we're going to debate, but it's open for if you want to disagree. You're allowed to do that. I'm not going to ban you. I might ban Mia, or I might ban, some of you guys. Beverly hasn't been here in a while. I don't know what she's doing, but she'll get banned as soon as she comes back. You know what I mean? You but on a serious note, I'm open for whatever. Lee Bright says, I started in 2020, but to be honest, first year and a half I was chasing rank in an MLM but we all know instead of focusing on trading. Yeah. Good old multi-level marketing. Good old MLM companies. You gotta love it. You will look at the same charts, but as you change your emotions, perceptions, and habits, you will view the charts differently over time, says Nikki, and markets are doing the same thing over and over. No, I agree. Market structure and having seen it over and over will help you feel confident in your analysis. I also agree with that. Alex C says, when I first started trading under the proper mentorship, I went from stream to stream, taking all the notes, but I didn't put the chart time necessary to implement what I learned. Yeah, I warned against that, Alex. Maybe not to you, but over the years, I talked about that many times. I said, some of you are addicted to learning. And that by itself is not bad in the short run, in the short term, but it is in the long term. It's horrible, right? It's just like a bad habit. A bad habit isn't, it's not going to be a big deal at first. I like what's his name? Simon Sinek had said this on a podcast about going to the gym or about eating cake. He's like, you eat one piece of cake, nothing's going to happen. But you eat one piece of cake for 6 months, for a year, you're going to be fat as fuck, right? He didn't say that, but you know what I mean. And it's the same thing with learning as well. You're allowed to scroll through YouTube, or you can watch my YouTube, right? Market reviews and whatnot. But I'm saying, if all you do is take in information, write down notes, highlight things, or even read and highlight things and write them down, which I do a lot of. But if you don't actually go, okay, I've had enough for a while. Now I need to go out and implement the things that I've learned. You have to break out of that permanent student mode in order to take action. Because you can still be a student while taking action, but there's no point in just learning and learning and learning and knowing a lot of shit and then doing nothing with it. So I always warned against that. I said, don't be that student. And I've done that before too. Shit, I got 6 books I'm about to show you. But it's not always about reading or learning. I go out and do things, I got in a car accident a couple weeks ago, I had an opportunity to practice not just what I preach, but what I've learned about responding to situations. It was a BITCH trying to deal with this insurance company. That definitely gave me a test, which I failed a lot of because I got impatient as fuck with those people. Dude, I returned my car on the 14th or the 16th. I still haven't gotten my $100 deposit back. And I done gave him the fucking car back, dude. So I'm about to call, I'm not gonna say her name on the internet, but I'm about to call her right after the stream is over and be like, hey, where's my $100 at, bro? Not that I need it, but it's the principle of the matter. You said I'd get it back as soon as you got the car. Well, you've had the car for a week and a half. Where's my money? Anyway, I don't know how we got here. Let's continue. At the end of the day, I'm just a simple boy who loves to learn and do anything for his dream. And to do that, you have to ask good questions that no one else asks. Thanks for every answer. You're welcome, Lucas. You definitely provide value here. Because I can tell you right now, you're not afraid to ask questions. And that's incredible. But there are people who are afraid to ask questions. There's about 47 to 50 viewers, and there's only maybe like 5 people who are asking questions. So not even 10%, right? Not even 10% of the viewership are asking questions. And I'm not trying to complain or, you know, or anything. I'm just saying you have questions that when you ask, other people definitely go, oh yeah, I want to know that too. Have y'all ever had that before? Maybe you've been sitting in class or maybe on the stream right now and you go, man, I wish he would talk about this or talk about that. And then somebody asks that question and you go, oh my God, thank God. Because now I don't have to ask, right? It's okay. We've all been there before. But don't be scared, man. Don't be scared. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is I'll miss your question. I have done that a couple of times. But I don't do that on purpose. What's good, Willow? Capitalist, what do you disagree with? What's good, Alex, with a 1? What's my normal daily routine? I wake up and do what the fuck I want. No, I'm playing. Well, I mean, that is true, actually. But my routine differs, man. The schedule changes sometimes. I like to outline my week. I told you guys about that planner, right? I don't know what I did with it. I cleaned up a couple of days ago. I haven't looked at it in a couple of days, but I try to plan out the week with what I prioritize, like the streams, for example. You know, that's priority 1. And a few other things that, you know, I think are important. But I wake up, do my best for the most part, and right, the good old energy drink, my friends. Not sponsored by Rain, but I've got one. I wish they would sponsor me, but nobody wants to. You know, they only sponsor like gym rats. It is what it is. I get it, but whatever. I'm with Baby Pips, or I'd be more active on the chart or the chat. You know, we love Uncle John. No, I love you guys too, man, but Willow gets an excuse. I mean, you have a newborn, it's fine. But everybody else doesn't have a newborn, so they don't get an excuse. Do you also do monthly or weekly recaps in your trading to track progress? No, I don't. No. The market reviews are, in the last couple weeks, they've been slightly different, but majority of the time, they're usually follow-ups from streams, meaning like, let's say, for example, we hop off the stream in a couple minutes, and let's just say the market does come down to take the lows and then take London's high. In the market review, I'll be like, hey, didn't I tell you I was looking for the lows to be swept? And then we got that reversal. We hit the lows, came up, mitigation model, up to the highs. That was the opportunity. And to try and show you guys either what I would have traded or what I did trade. I don't trade every setup. I don't trade everything that I look for. Like, even if we come down to take these lows and then reverse to go higher, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to take that trade. I got shit to do too, bro. You know, the cable guy's supposed to come by and fix the spottiness that we have, right? So I might have to take my attention over there, and that means I'm not going to be in front of the charts to take a trade. Shit, I don't want to take a trade and then the fucking internet goes out. Then what? Now you're stuck in a position and you don't know what's happening. Can't have that. So, but yeah, the market reviews are short and sweet, to the point, to save you time. But yeah, I don't usually do like weekly or monthly reviews. G. White gummy bears to go? Nah, I agree. I agree. This one is the Sherbert one. Range should sponsor traders instead of gym rats. Traders need high concentration. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, but I guess you guys aren't their target audience. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, man? Anyway, let me show you these 6 books real quick before we hop off. And I'm going to drop the link to this as well. I posted on the YouTube community tab, but I also posted on Medium. Oh, look at that. I got a clap. Wait, I got 21. I got 21 likes on that? Huh. Well, that's surprising. I didn't expect that. Let me drop this in the chat real quick. That is, I mean, it's technically an article, but what I posted was the 2024 Q1 book haul, which are, I think it's 24 or 22, something like that. I bought over 20 something books so far this year. Matter of fact, I'll just show you real quick since we're here. The 2024 Q1 book haul, these are just like 10 of them, I think, like 10 random ones, but you can see that in January I bought a bunch of these. February I only bought like 4, and then March I went bonkers, dude. This month I went pretty bananas and bought a shit ton. So from philosophy to history to C.S. Lewis, Mere Christianity, more philosophy, so this entire list is available for you, and it's totally for free. It's in the Discord as well. But if you're looking to read something, which you should be, you can have that. When the Wi-Fi is back again, you hit stop loss. Oh yeah, dude. Then I gotta punch that cable guy in the mouth. Like, it's your fault. You'll manifest the right partnership, sponsorship for you at the right time. Don't worry about it. Oh, I'm not worried about it. I'm really not worried about partnerships at the moment. Partnerships are they're a pain in the ass, bro. They're an absolute pain in the ass. So, it's not the fact that, how do I put this without like saying the wrong thing here? A lot of people who want to collaborate aren't the best collaborators. Does that make sense? I mean, I'm coming off of a failed business partnership. That was going on for 5 months, maybe, right? And so I just wasted all that time, all that money. Money comes and goes, but it's the time that's like fucking ridiculous, So I'm like mentally exhausted with trying to collaborate with others. It's annoying, So honestly, all the sponsorships and partnerships right now, honestly, can just fuck off, in all seriousness. If I can't put you guys first, I don't want to do it. I don't care. Oh, you'll make a shit ton of money. Dude, fuck the money, bro. Fuck the money, dude. And that's what a lot of people don't want to hear. A lot of people get into business to make money. We can make money. That's not a problem. It's the way you go about making your money. That's what matters. If you're lying and scheming and finessing people, I can't fuck with that, dude. Sorry. Can't do it. If you want me to go against my word and I fucking teach ethics, come on, dude. You got to do better than that. You got to do better than that, my friend. You got to do things the right way. If you can't do it, fuck off. Straight like that. But yeah, no, I do trade currencies for those of you that ask, but I don't know what's going to happen, dude. It's kind of a low range day to me. I still think the euro is on track with what I was looking for the other week, or last week rather, Monday of last week. The timing was definitely horrible because I thought it was going to hit on Monday or Tuesday's London, and it wasn't even close. It wasn't until FOMC on Wednesday that we did get up into that, and then we sold off, but we didn't even hit the target. So I don't know. I might look for a lower euro this week. Probably what I'm anticipating. But as far as, again, today goes, we haven't really had a large range here today. I mean, New York had a little bit. Not even 15 pips for London. I mean, for New York, sorry. That's what I meant to say. For New York. New York is here. We haven't done a lot. So to me, it's just a go read a book kind of day. This is my first time catching your live, but I joined in about 40 minutes late. Hopefully I can catch the beginning the next time. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're welcome, Shante. Anytime. At the end, leadership is only what matters. Everything rises and falls on leadership, my friends. It's John C. Maxwell. All right, last thing we'll do is the books, and then we'll hop off. But yeah, I guess I'll go over gold. I don't know what gold's going to do, my friend. I hope it doesn't go lower, because I mean, silver would probably go lower. But if we look at it from the short-term perspective on the daily, if I'm bearish on euro, I might as well be bearish on gold. But the difference is gold is coming up 2 days off of all-time highs. Now, the 21st, which was Thursday of last week, look at that daily candle right there, dude. You see that? Look at that candle right here. Right? What took place? We opened, I don't know if we traded lower first or higher. I'm assuming higher first, but either way, we went higher to all-time highs, and then not only came off of it, but even had a down close on the day. We sold off a little bit, and then today's today's an inside day. We haven't taken Friday's low or Friday's high. This is an inside day. If we go to a 1 hour, if we look at it, if this is a stop run, right, that FOMC from Wednesday, right? Or am I tripping? That was FOMC at 1, and then I don't know what happened at 5 o'clock. I have no idea. Something happened here. Either way, the market traded up and then again off of that. So people who have been long on gold, who have been following the trend, right, for a while, it's been on a tear the last few months. We made a bottom in February, right? So I think the predominant focus has been longs. So to me, anyone, again, following the trend is probably going to have stops below this consolidation. So I think we could probably get a run below that. Okay. So consolidation. We break out of that, tag all-time highs, tag whatever March 8th high, trade off of that, and then so I think we should probably run up, take short-term stops, and then rip below 2146 is what I would look for the gold market. Okay. So that being said, well, what did I get in today? I think 4. No, I got 3 in today. I got 1 in last night. The one I got in last night is Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. Okay, nice and yellow. This one I started earlier today. This is actually one I'm really excited for. Is Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic Emperor by Donald Robertson. A lot of you should know about Donald Robertson. That name should be familiar to you because he is the guy who did How to Think Like a Roman Emperor. And that, my friends, is London's high for the Nasdaq. Barely. This one is longer than I thought it would be, but I don't know how to say that, but it's called The Wright Brothers. David McCullough. I don't know. Either way, The Wright Brothers. And then earlier today, I also got A Curious Mind Expanded by Brian Grazer and Charles Fishman, sorry. A Curious Mind Expanded. Probably the most expensive book I got in a long time. Pierre Hadot, What is Ancient Philosophy? I don't know why Pierre Hadot, I don't know why his books are so expensive, but it is what it is. The Inner Citadel is pretty good. So I got this one. And then the last one is Measure What Matters by John Doerr, or Doerr, whatever. Okay. So that's just a few of them from that list that I just gave you already. Again, it's in the Discord, it's on the community tab, and I gave you the link to that. The Medium link that's in the chat right now. Okay? So let me just see. Not that you should take a screenshot, but you know, those are the most recent ones I got. Okay? So with that being said, you guys be blessed. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow on Tuesday, right here on YouTube. I'm not leaving, right? I'm not leaving. Be blessed, man. See y'all tomorrow.